To love and be loved is a notion that transcends time, culture, and circumstance. It is a universal desire that connects us all, regardless of where we come from or where we are headed. The pursuit of love is often seen as one of the most significant journeys in life, for it touches the very core of our existence. Love has the power to heal, to transform, and to uplift. But to love and be loved is not always as simple as it sounds. It requires vulnerability, patience, and understanding. It asks of us to give without expecting, to listen without judgment, and to act with compassion. There is a certain beauty in the willingness to open one's heart, to let someone else into the inner sanctum of our soul. It is a delicate dance, one that must be approached with care, respect, and above all, an open mind. The connection we seek is not always immediate or easy, but when it is found, it becomes something truly extraordinary. The act of loving another person involves more than just emotions or fleeting moments of affection. It is a commitment, a promise to stand by someone, to support them in their growth and their struggles, to celebrate their triumphs, and to help them through their darkest days. It means accepting them for who they are, flaws and all, and embracing their imperfections as part of what makes them unique. Love teaches us that we are all a work in progress, and it is through the act of loving that we learn to become better versions of ourselves. It is a journey that requires introspection, as it challenges us to question our own motives, desires, and fears. Through love, we find not only another person, but also a deeper understanding of ourselves. The relationship we form with others can often be a reflection of the relationship we have with ourselves. If we are willing to nurture and care for our own hearts, we are more equipped to offer that same care to someone else. To be loved is a gift, a treasure that many of us long for. It is not simply the affection or praise we receive from others, but a deep sense of acceptance and belonging. To be loved means to be seen for who we truly are, to have someone recognize our worth, even when we cannot see it ourselves. It is the feeling of being held, not just physically, but emotionally, spiritually, and mentally. It is the quiet reassurance that no matter the storms we face in life, there is someone standing beside us, ready to offer support, encouragement, and love. The gift of being loved allows us to grow in ways that we could never achieve on our own. It provides a foundation of security and safety from which we can venture into the world and pursue our dreams, knowing that we are not alone. It is in being loved that we find the courage to love ourselves, to embrace our uniqueness, and to continue striving to become the best version of who we are meant to be. Love is not without its challenges, though. The journey of loving and being loved is often marked by moments of doubt, heartache, and frustration. Relationships are not perfect, and they require constant effort and growth. At times, it can feel as though we are giving more than we are receiving, or that the love we offer is not reciprocated in the way we had hoped. There may be times when we feel disconnected, lost in the distance that seems to form between us and those we care about. But it is in these moments that love is tested. True love is not just about the highs and the joys, but also about weathering the lows together. It is about choosing to stay, even when it feels easier to walk away. It is about showing up for each other, even when the road is rough, and knowing that through commitment and resilience, love can overcome any obstacle. These challenges are part of the growth process, and they teach us important lessons about patience, empathy, and the importance of communication. At its core, love is about connection. It is the thread that binds us together, no matter the distance or time that separates us. In a world that often feels fragmented and divided, love has the power to unite us. It bridges gaps between cultures, languages, and backgrounds, reminding us that at the heart of every person is the same basic need to be seen, heard, and understood. To love and be loved is to recognize that we are all part of something larger than ourselves. It is a reminder that no matter how isolated we may feel at times, we are never truly alone. The love we share with others is a reflection of the love we have for ourselves, and it is through these connections that we are able to experience the fullness of life. Love teaches us to look beyond our differences and to focus on the common humanity that we all share. It encourages us to build bridges rather than walls, to reach out rather than retreat, and to embrace the diversity of experiences and perspectives that make life so rich and complex. In many ways, love is a mirror. It reflects back to us the parts of ourselves that we may not always be aware of, highlighting both our strengths and our vulnerabilities. Through the lens of love, we can see ourselves more clearly, with all of our imperfections and flaws. It is through the act of loving others that we often learn to accept ourselves, to recognize our worth, and to embrace our own journey. Love asks us to be honest with ourselves, to confront the parts of us that we may have hidden away, and to learn to accept both the light and dark within us. It teaches us that we are worthy of love, not because we are perfect, but because we are human. Love offers us the space to grow, to heal, and to become whole. It is a process that requires patience and self-compassion, but it is also one of the most rewarding experiences we can have. Through love, we are transformed. When we love and are loved, we create a bond that transcends time and space. The impact of love does not end with a moment or an interaction. It reverberates through the fabric of our lives. Even in the absence of the person we love, their presence remains etched in our hearts and minds. The memories we create together become part of our story, shaping who we are and who we continue to become. Love is not confined to the here and now, but rather stretches into the future, influencing our choices, our actions, and the way we relate to the world. The love we give and receive becomes a part of our legacy, passed down through generations, woven into the very essence of our being. It is a timeless force that endures, even in the face of change. To love and be loved is to participate in something greater than ourselves, something that connects us to the past, the present, and the future. Yet, the act of loving and being loved is not without its sacrifices. Love often requires us to give of ourselves, sometimes in ways that are difficult or uncomfortable. It demands that we set aside our egos, our insecurities, and our fears in order to fully connect with another person. To love is to be vulnerable, to expose our hearts and souls, knowing that there is always the potential for pain, but it is through this vulnerability that we experience the depth and richness of love. It is through the willingness to let go of control and trust in another person that we open ourselves to the full spectrum of love's beauty. Love requires us to be brave, to face the unknown with open arms, and to embrace the uncertainty that comes with the journey. But in doing so, we create the possibility for something truly extraordinary to emerge, a bond that is deeper and more enduring than anything we could have imagined. In the end, to love and be loved is the greatest gift we can give and receive. It is what makes life worth living, what gives us hope in times of despair, and what drives us to continue moving forward, even when the path is unclear. Love is the force that sustains us, that helps us to rise after every fall, and that reminds us of the beauty and meaning of life. It is the one thing that can transform us, elevate us, and connect us in ways that nothing else can. Love is both the journey and the destination. It is the reason we wake up each day with purpose, the reason we strive to be better, and the reason we continue to grow. To love and be loved is to know that we are part of something much larger than ourselves, and in that knowing, we find our true selves.